Now, last week's wine of the week was a relatively cheap and cheerful Spanish white wine from Lidl, and this week I've rung the changes a little bit with a much more expensive wine, but for me it's worth every penny of its £21.90 price. This is the Grendel Die Berg Chardonnay. It's the 2019 vintage, brand new vintage, and it's for sale from K&L Wines online for £21.90 per bottle. Now the wine comes from the Cape of Good Hope, so that's the peninsula that runs south of Cape Town, and it's a relatively cool area. Lots of really good Sauvignon Blanc comes from there, some very good Chardonnay too. This particular wine, Chardonnay, fermented in oak barrels, French oak barrels, aged for 6 months in those oak barrels, with the lees being stirred, but coming from vineyards with 960 meters altitude, which along with those ocean breezes of this peninsula means that there's quite a cool, tempered quality to the fruit. On the nose, well, there is that lovely sheen of a little bit of custard, but more about kind of almond, oatmeal, that lovely kind of sheen of quality oak. But beyond that, some really quite ripe fruit, a nice orchard fruit, but also a little touch of peach, and the freshness that you would expect from a climate and from the altitude like that. On the palate, lovely. The other thing the nose has is a touch of flint, the classic Chablis note of Chardonnay. Here the flint also comes through onto the palate with that slightly kind of mineral stony sense to the acidity that keeps it very fresh, very well tempered, very gastronomic, despite the mid palate showing a little bit more of that peachy, fleshy, ripe fruit quality. It's an extremely classy Chardonnay, a little bit special, fantastic with fish dishes. A little bit of oak means very good with chicken, maybe with lighter game dishes with partridge or pheasant. But a beautiful wine and something a little bit special to splash out on as my wine of the week. This is the Grendel Die Berg Chardonnay 2019. It comes from the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa, and it's for sale from K&L Wines online at £21.90 per bottle. This is my wine of the week.